Thursday. It's April 25th around 10:30 in the morning. This is my usual Fridays video where I take one of my songs that could have been from 20 years ago or 10 years ago. In this case, it's a song from maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's called Machiavelli Villainy, and it's from my Past Life Regressions album. I said that I made a video yesterday where I talked about some of my favorite movies, and I mentioned this album. It's kind of a new age type of album. This song is fairly new, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I wrote an album called Past Life Regressions. It's based on a book by Mira Kelly, who's like a new age spiritual guide, healer type of inspirational speaker. She's awesome. I read her book in 2020, 2021, and it led me to create this entire album, Past Life Regressions. This is a completely different direction than last week. Every week, I'm trying to find a different genre of music, a different type of composition that I could make myself. Um, I don't even know what band I would pick that really influenced my songwriting in this on this one. I want to say it's more of a no wave, heavy distortion song, so maybe Swans, bands like that. But the vocals are very quiet. There's four verses in this song, no chorus. I write like that a lot, where I just put the verses, and then I'll have a music break in between with no words. I kind of like that style for some reason. This song is kind of a stream of consciousness, and it's more poetic than other songs I've probably shared so far in this series, Anatomy of a Song. This is probably number 9, I think. It's called Machiavelli Villainy. I don't know why I turned it that. Around this period, I was dealing with like some manipulative forces in my life from it seemed like everywhere at that moment. And it kind of goes with some of those new age themes where you just want to erase all the bullshit noise from your head. Maybe that's where this song was kind of the theme this song was approaching, and this entire album, really. Yeah, these are new age concepts, reincarnation, more of that spiritual past life thing, parallel timelines. It's a spiritual new age philosophy that people use in art. I'm not saying whether I believe in this stuff or not, because I don't know what I believe in. Does anyone really know what you really believe in? Like 100% guarantee that this is exactly how life is and whatever. Like, no, nobody knows. I wrote in my book, like, everyone's a poet if you really think about it. If you've ever had existential thoughts like that, you're a poet. You just probably don't share your thoughts with people. So this song, yeah, it's I picked this song because it represents a different style of music, and it's a different kind of poetry that I experimented with in my lyrics. It's pretty simple. I literally picked up the guitar 20 minutes ago. Never tried to form a composition, but I knew that the vocal melody and I knew how the song went in my head. I messed around for about 20 minutes. First, I had no capo, and then I put the capo on one, two, and then finally on the third fret, I put the capo and I sang it like I heard it in my head. So this is my process. I'm not a technical musician, man. I've never taken classes. I don't know music theory. My songwriting is I have melodies in my head that I put on the paper, but I never actually tried to form into actual music. My process is just trying to develop my thoughts and melodies into an actual sound that I can share with people. I think I did it pretty successfully. I was only messing around for literally like maybe 20 minutes this morning because I wanted to just get it out as quickly as possible. I like that type of philosophy because I could spend all day like, oh, maybe I should mess around with different tunings and form a different time signature. That stuff's all good. I do enjoy that type of music, but I don't think this song calls for that. Maybe some of my other songs I could experiment with time signatures and different levels of creative songwriting. I still think this is a creative song, and I use some weird chords. I'm in drop D, and that's my usual go to. As soon as I try to compose something, I want to put my guitar in drop D for some reason. Usually, unless it's like a really folky song that calls for major chords and it's more of a happy song. The atmosphere of this song, I wouldn't call it dark and depressing or anything, because by the fourth verse, I would like the dynamics to kick in. So with each verse, it kind of progressively gets heavier and more passionate in the music and how I sing it as well. Or I always say how I sing it. Ideally, as a songwriter, you want to present your songs and maybe somebody else will appreciate it and want to purchase the song or use the song. So when I say it, when I sing it, I don't know if I'm ever actually going to be performing this song. I'm just saying it because I don't know where this song's going to go in the future. So that's all that really means. Am I going to be in a band anytime soon, rocking out? I don't think so. But so my process is very almost improvised in a way. Like I almost had the thought that I should just take my guitar out of the case, start the video, and what I just did previously for the last 20 minutes, I should do on camera. But that's all I did. I put my guitar in drop D. I started singing the melody. It's only a verse melody and it's all the same. It's a very drony type of song. And it didn't sound good, so I put the capo on one, two, and then finally on three, it sounded good. I came up with an outro that's different vocal melody. I hope I still remember it. I wrote down some chords so I don't forget stuff, and that's it. It took me about 25 minutes because I already had the lyrics, I already had the vocal melody in my head. If I had to create this song from scratch with myself or other musicians, yeah, it would take a long time to birth the song, but I already had that from 4 years ago. And this is how my process has gone, excuse me, for the last few months of doing this series. So I guess I'll get right to the music. I want to do the intro like that for maybe 8 to 10 minutes to just tell you what's in my head as I'm writing this song. There is kind of a meaning to this. I often say I don't even know what I'm talking about in my songs lyrically, but a lot of them do have like a personal connection, some kind of connection, either to my own life on a micro level or just in some philosophical exploration of some concept. So I'll play the verse chords. It's pretty simple. It's, I guess, like almost like an A minor type of chord. Something along those lines. It's very slow paced. I like the feel of it. It's almost like you could groove to it in slow motion, like do 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 do. Do I hear it as acoustic? Not really. I hear it more as shoegaze, loud, distorted guitars. Boom. when I speak of improvising stuff, that's what I'm talking about. If I had a band and I was jamming this, I'm sure somebody else will come up with something else, and it would add to the technical style of this song because I don't get very technical with my stuff. This series is basically forming blueprints of songs that I select. So I'll sing the first two verses along with this chord progression. It's only two chords. Again, this is the second week where the verse is only two chords. So it's kind of a drony atmosphere. It's kind of a very mellow quality to it. But again, I want it to get progressively louder and louder as the song goes. So it's like, caught one strain, flesh unkind, sanctimony's truest fiction, kindred sentimental fever, spectacles amused addiction. I don't think I'm singing it in my right tone. Caught one stealing, no hesitation. That's how I was singing it earlier. Yeah. Caught one straying, flesh unkind. Sanctimony's truest fiction. Kindred sentimental fever. Spectacles amused addiction. Caught one stealing, no hesitation. Cinnamon coated generation. Inflammation's trigger finger. Damages crave attention. See, even that, when I say vocaling or vocals are the toughest instrument, that's what I mean. The way I was singing it the first time, I sounded really bad. And then I remembered my natural voice again. Caught one straying, flesh unkind. I don't even remember how I started singing it, but I was like forcing it from some fake place, I guess. So yeah, vocals are like a mystery to me still. I can play guitar pretty confidently, at least when I write stuff, and I'm kind of confident because I had 20, 30 years of experience of experimenting with stuff. But I never did that with my vocals, where I was like, you have to find an authentic voice and all that stuff. I never really sat down, did vocal exercises, or tried to sing like that. I think I'm getting a little better though, because I think that sounds better than how I sang it the first time. In between the verses, it goes to like, because there's no chorus, it goes to a little music break instead of a chorus, which is very simple as well. It's like two chords. So at the end of that second verse, damages that crave attention. Something very simple like that. I like the simplicity of this song with the loud guitars and other instrumentation. It could be kind of a hypnotic type of feel to this song. So after that, it goes to the next verse. Let's see if I don't have these lyrics memorized. I'm looking at it now. Sorry, I can't memorize like 400 songs in my head. I know some people could probably do that. I was about to buy the Ginkgo biloba, whatever the hell it's called, from Amazon to improve my memory so I can memorize stuff. But I kind of said, fuck it. Maybe I'll just learn to get better with it. So after that, it goes right back to the third, it goes to the third verse. Caught one leaning wrapped in plastic. Holy Ghost insemination. Shot on sight, admitted trespass. In between the advertisements. Caught one beating telling the fable. Suffocated mathematics. Shout out loud in the name of the Father. Temporary introspection. I'm singing it like this right now because that's how I'm comfortable singing it. But I would like to belt out one of those verses, maybe just the fourth one. Almost like a grungy Eddie Vedder voice there. Like, call one beating, telling the fable. Suffocated mathematics. Shout out loud in the name of the Father. Temporary introspection. You know what I'm getting at. It's more dynamic like that. I think it will make the song more interesting if the fourth verse you get heavy with it like that. I have trouble doing that, projecting my voice like that. Caught one beat. It sounds so fake. Like I don't know how to do it. Project my voice like more passionately. I have a lot of trouble with that. Caught one beat until I'm the fable. I haven't found that voice yet. Suffocating mathematics. Shout out in the name of the Father. In between the advertisement, or whatever it is, temporary introspection. You get it. The verses are all the same. If you want to take that fourth verse to like another level of passionate, then you know it might work better to make this song more interesting at that point. So after that verse, it goes back to the other part again. I'm playing it very slow just to show you the feel of it. But it could be heavy shoegaze noise on that. I'm not. I probably am more in favor of the shoegaze quality. If you want to break it up where the verses are kind of slow and lighter, and then when you get to that break with no, it is a chorus, but there's no singing. You could do like an Eddie Vedder chanting, I guess. Like, maybe this is like almost a Pearl Jam song. I'm kind of picturing Eddie Vedder's voice now, like, you could do a lot with that. It's simple. The verse is only two chord progression. The little in between chorus, whatever you want to call it, music break is only two chords. They're kind of weird chords, though. I don't know what you call this. I don't know. I think it sounds pretty cool. I like using the first thing that comes to my head. It's not improvising really, but I don't know. Maybe something will come in the future to add to that. But I kind of like the simplicity of it. I think Tom Petty said like the best songs are very simple like that, and maybe it makes it more accessible to a wide audience. And so that's pretty much the whole song. I went through the verses. I went through the little break in between where you could have maybe additional music, other kind of instrument solos even or something. And it leads to an outro. Excuse me. It leads to an outro, which hopefully I don't forget how to play it now, because it did. All right, I got it. This is the outro. It's also two chords. The gaslit elemental casting commiseration. I'm grateful for a dangerous storm. Mercy, villain redrawn. I'll go through it again. The gaslit the elemental casting commiseration. I'm grateful for the danger restored. Mercy, villain redrawn. And maybe you could do another musical part to end it somehow like that. It sounds like the other part pretty much. Maybe just go back to that again after. The villainy drum. That sounds kind of like evil chords. I like that. I just picture a band on stage going through something like that with heavier distortion, and I think it would sound cool. It's a shoegaze song, but I hear Eddie Vedder in my head, like that type of passionate, grungy singing a little. So yeah, I guess that's the whole song. That little ending part, it could be that was improvised. I have no idea if that's gonna work or not, but it could be cool. I like to end it, a lot of my songs with like 2 minute jam where people can just rock out on stage and kind of bring the song to a catharsis like that. Not all the time. Some of my songs are happier where that wouldn't make any sense. But a song like this that's very meditative and kind of hypnotic. It's got a no wave kind of atmosphere. It's got a grungy kind of atmosphere, shoegazy, and yeah, I think it's cool. It's different than other songs I've shared so far. It's called Machiavelli Villainy. I don't know why I came up with that title. It just sounded cool. I think. Like I don't know if I ever talked about that. Like I've written way more than 400 or 500 songs. Like I've probably written closer to 1,000 songs, but some of them are just completely terrible. Like how do I know which songs are good and which songs don't work? I don't know because it's all subjective, right? Subjective. I always get subjective and objective confused. It's up to the individual if they like the song or not. In my opinion, when I write something, I can tell if it's catchy or if it has the potential to grow into something. So I got a couple external hard drives with songs from high school, college, and if I shared those songs, which I might do at some point, just to show you the progression I've had over 20 years. Some of the songs I wrote in my 20s are just really bad. I tried to cover like the Cool Hand Luke song, Plastic Jesus. For some reason, I was obsessed with Cool Hand Luke, and I still love the movie. I think the movie's, I would still put it on my top like 50 list, but I was obsessed with that song. I thought it was a cool folk song. I don't mind if it rains or freezes as long as I got the plastic Jesus. I just thought it was a cool folk song, so I tried to cover that one time. There's a lot of weird shit from those days that were like it's laughable, like, but you're not going to start out writing interesting stuff. It's just impossible. You have to write your shitty songs, and yeah, I got more shitty songs than songs I think are good. Like some people will say this song is nothing, but I think this song has potential to be catchy, to have real passion behind it. So how do I make that determination of what songs I think could be good? I don't know. It's not really a science. It's just a feeling you get. How do you know if anything's good? If your painting's good, if your song's good, if your screenplay is good? How do you know? If you're the only person, like you're biased, right? But I think I'm kind of at that point where I don't have an ego as an artist, but also, yeah, you have to fight for your art. Like if you think it's good, don't let other people shit on it just because they're trolls or something. Like there's a happy balance there where in 10 years will I watch this video and be like, this is terrible. What am I thinking? I don't know. If I'm around in 10 years and I watch this video, am I going to be like, dude, that song's shit? Or am I going to be like, yeah, that song's the shit? And it's like, this song broke your career. Who the fuck knows? But I figured at this point, I'm going to share these songs either way. Because I think it is an interesting melody. It's simple, but it's kind of like a cool. It's just, it gives me a cool feel. Like I can picture the loud guitars going and everything. I can picture the loud guitars and just getting heavier and heavier. And that's what I'm going for with this one. Maybe it's tougher to represent the vocals, but I think I did a decent job of showing how the vocal melodies will kind of go. And I like doing the videos like this. It's very raw, and I'm trying to be as authentic and raw because I am like a raw songwriter. Even though I've been doing this for a long time and having jam sessions like this, I never share it like this until recently. And even when I started this series, I wasn't doing videos. I was just doing this in the morning or the afternoon. And then I would take this recording and cut it up into this is the first verse. I was doing it more like that in the beginning of this series. I wasn't sure how to do it at first, but I think this is more interesting because people can see the method I'm using to write these songs. And yeah, it's not complicated, man. You know, these are two chords. My song last week was only two chords. Does that mean the song's any less value? I don't think so. Like blues songs are kind of similar in theory, right? It's only maybe two or three chords in a blues song. So rock and roll songs are usually minimal chords. So I don't think it matters. People say three chords in the truth all the time, like for country folky stuff, like three chords in the truth. I like that a lot. Whoever came up with that phrase is, that's a good phrase. So I'm not concerned with impressing people with my technical skills or my vocal skills. I just want to write these cool songs and hopefully somebody can hear what I hear and want to make it into something. That's the main purpose of these videos. And they go by quick. I'm at 35 minutes. I might edit a little bit or I might just leave it all like this. I don't like to edit stuff because I think it's cooler to show people the rawness of it. And I think I'm going to end it there. The lyrics, can I talk about the lyrics a little? I don't know, man. Like I'm not really sure how to speak about my own lyrics. Like it's weird. That's what I mean when I talk about. If somebody asks me what one of my songs is about, I'm like, I don't fucking know. It's whatever you want it to be about. Can I just use that cop out statement? A lot of people say that, right? I don't want you to know what the song's about. Just make it what you want it to be about, or I don't know, make up your own meaning. I'm giving you permission to take this out of context and use it for whatever purposes that makes you feel better. I don't know. That's kind of a cop out, I guess, but I don't really know what these phrases really mean, man. I'm being honest. When I first write lyrics, I just poop out a bunch of phrases that sound interesting, and then I'll go back. I'm like, well, that's not good. Delete it, and I'll keep editing the lyrics like that until it sounds kind of interesting, at least with interesting images. I don't know what half this stuff means. Like, it just fits the melody. You need to pick words, and these words came out from somewhere, I guess. But yeah, I can't speak to the lyrics that well because I don't know what to really say other than that. You need words to fill out a book of poetry. I need to I need to choose some words to do that, and these are the words I chose. That sounds stupid, but that's kind of like my process. The music is way more important to me. Like if somebody was like the best poet in the world and they're like, I love your music, but we're gonna use my words, I would probably say fine, because I'm more concerned with the music than the words. I still don't think it's bad though. I think I've put the time in to write these lyrics and edit them over and over again. I disparage my own lyrics. I disparage any lyrics in general because I'm more concerned with the music and the feel of everything. Because that's what I liked as a kid. I would hear a song like I talk about this in my book. It's in drop D. The James song. When I was like 11 or 12, I heard that song James Laid. Fine, I'm playing it wrong, but it's something like that. This bed is on fire, all with passion and love. The neighbors complain about the noises above. I was obsessed with that song, man. When I was like 12 or I don't know, 11, 12, around that time, I had a blank tape and like it was just that song on repeat over and over again. I just loved the melody. I had no idea what he was talking about. I didn't know what laid meant. Like I had no idea the sexual stuff, but he's talking about cross dressing and shit like that. I just like the song. Like the song was just so catchy. So yeah, I don't care what he's singing about. To a degree, like I guess there's a point where people are like, wait, what's this song about? Maybe there's some songs that might make people uncomfortable, but I don't know. In general, I was always more moved by the music, the melody, the feel of a song, because that's what got me as a kid to love music. That's what kind of got me going later in life. And that's what I'm trying to do with my stuff. Like, yeah, if I want to make professional stuff, I want lyrics that people can appreciate because there are people that like lyrics more than anything. There are people like that who read books of poetry, write free verse, and I would like them to appreciate my stuff too because that's just cool. But me personally, it's kind of a love hate relationship with words in general. Like since I was a kid, when I was really little, I had to go to like speech therapy in grade school. Like they took us to a trailer in the parking lot, and we had to do like hooked on phonics. So maybe I've always kind of had a trouble like pronouncing stuff, and my experience with words has been kind of love hate relationship. I was doing like hooked on phonics when I was a kid. They would take a couple of us out to a trailer in the parking lot, and we had to learn our SHs and CHs and how to pronounce stuff. And it was just really, I'm not saying it was a shameful thing. It helped me. It was a good thing. Yeah, I'm grateful for that stuff. But that's my upbringing with words and language in general. I think I've always kind of struggled with that. Does that affect my singing and stuff now? Maybe to a degree. Maybe I have something I just have to work out in my cognition or something, just keep practicing it. And these videos have helped. But the main thing is just to get the songs out there. So I want people to know these are actual songs and not just poems. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that. If you want to write a book of poetry, that's great. Go write a book of poetry. But my goal is to turn stuff into music because that's where my real dream, I guess, is to turn this stuff into real music with real production value and stuff. So that's it. I'm at 40 plus minutes. I went too long. Um, Tomorrow, I'm going to try to cover Stevie Wonder Higher Ground, which I tried to do like 10 to 15 years ago. I totally forget how I did it though, because it's kind of a very mellow, different version than his. So I'm going to have to learn that either later today or tomorrow. And that's my plan for tomorrow at least. I'm still editing my book every night. I think I'm at 620 pages, so I have about 400 pages left. And it's been pretty good. I usually do this YouTube stuff in the day, and then at nighttime, around 9, 10 at night, I'll go through 100 pages. It takes me like maybe 2, 3 hours. It's been easier because this is like the fifth or sixth time through these chapters, and I'm making some corrections to commas and some grammar stuff, but not a lot. So I think after I'm done with these 400 pages, like I said 100 times, the book will come out in early May sometime. And so that's the plan right now. I'll keep making a video every day though until May 1st. After I do the cover tomorrow, I'm going to go back to preparing for the book release where I make a video every day, 40 minutes or so, talking about some topic related to my book. And I'm going to read a chapter from my book, I think on Monday. I'll read it. I'll narrate one chapter from my book to give you an idea of my sense of humor more and how the chapters go. And maybe I'll read the lyrics to some songs like it's poetry instead of doing it like this. See, I guess I'll talk about this now, but if I do an audio book, I'm not sure how to approach my song lyrics because they're songs. Like I just showed you the melody of this song. Caught one straying, flesh unkind, sanctimony's truest fiction. If I'm doing an audio book, do I just recite those as poetry? Like, caught one straying, flesh unkind, sanctimony's truest fiction. I'm having trouble. Um, I guess I would just read it like a poetry dictation, right? I'm not going to sing every one of my songs on if I do an audio book. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to be comfortable with that. Reading a chapter in regular narration is a different type of voice. Reading lyrics of a song as poetry is a different kind of voice, but I don't want to sound fake either, like because I've never tried reading poetry really. I took a poetry class in like college, but it wasn't like it wasn't a bad experience, but I don't think it really stuck with me. Like maybe I just didn't take it seriously back then. Probably that's what it was. I probably didn't really take it seriously. I don't know what the hell to write about. I thought it was like a joke class, maybe. But I never tried reading poetry, like where you have that genuine, um, authentic passion behind it. Like I don't know how to accomplish that. I'm very cynical to a point where it gets annoying even to myself. Like I'm cynical about my own art and lyrics to an unhealthy degree where it's like I'll read my own stuff and it like I get so cynical about it. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Flip a switch in my brain to get me to that finish line because I want to make an audiobook. It's a goal that I have to reach because it could sell more than my book. If I can do a professional audiobook, I feel like it would sell even more than my written ebook. I'm only going to do a digital format. I'm not going to do paperback or anything. I just want to sell it digitally because it's easier. You just download it for a couple dollars and you can read it. Like, there's no shipping, there's nothing else involved. Nothing against people who do that. I'm just saying for myself, it doesn't make sense to do that. Like, but yeah, my goal maybe in the summertime is to do audiobook and take as much time as I need to do it professionally because it's not worth doing if I can't do it professionally. I do have a microphone. I don't use it that much. Like to get a really professional where I can pay attention to the sound levels, keep everything very comfortable for the listener. I'm gonna have to do some work at that because I think that's my next step. Once the book is done, I'm gonna have to recite it, even if it takes me like one chapter a day, which would take me maybe 2 months to do that. One or two chapters a day in a professional way that sounds really professionally done. I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about, like how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? Because that's the next step in this process. Yeah, and you could look at my past videos. I have 10 parts now of preparing for my book release. If you look at that on my channel, and they're all over the place. And I'll continue it starting on Sunday when I get back to that. So that's today's video. Hopefully, I didn't sound too stupid. I tend to ramble a lot like that, but I'm getting better. At least in this series, I think I've improved because it's more interesting to watch somebody write a song than to just listen to it, and then you have to imagine how this person is doing stuff. I think the video does help show people my process at least. But that's it.